Years ago, back when I lived in Texas, they used to have this promotion on Tuesdays at Popeyes, which was this restaurant that sold a lot of chicken. And you could get two pieces of chicken and a biscuit for $2. Do do they still have that? I don't know. Here in the Philippines, they have Jollibee. And Jollibee is special because they're the only fast food chain on the planet that does better in sales in their home country than McDonald's does in that same country. So it should have been no surprise to us that when we took a flight from Manila to Puerto Princesa on the island of Palawan, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, the first thing our driver does is takes us to a Jollibee drive-through where we got the Chicken Joy, which is two pieces of chicken, fried, and rice instead of a biscuit. This may be sacrilege to some people, but I think I like Jollibee's chicken better. Though, to be honest, I prefer the biscuit to the rice. Enough about that. Um, these shots, this is us island hopping in El Nido. And I bought a drone with the anticipation of traveling and shooting some really cool video. Unfortunately, I didn't actually get around to learning how to use it before I showed up here in the Philippines with it. Um, I started off trying to use the controller with this Android phone, and it just proved to me that Android phones are garbage. Seriously. Um, Once I actually got around to actually sticking an iPhone in the controller, uh, it became like a glorious marriage, like Harry and Meghan. But that was some days after this. So here we are eating lunch. Ooh, look at that watermelon. Y'all know black people like watermelon. Here we are eating lunch. It was actually pretty cool. The people on the boat, the guys that were, you know, taking us around, they cooked the lunch on the boat and they set it out in this nice spread on this beach. And right after they set the food out, it started raining, which would probably be terrible somewhere else. But we just all got on the boat and we brought the food on board and we all ate it there. It was chicken and fish and rice and vegetables and fresh fruit. It was actually quite nice. And the cool part about it is that right about the time we were finishing lunch, right about the time that lunch on the schedule was coming to an end, um, the rain stopped and the sun came out again. And, we sailed to another area and we went snorkeling. And I would have a lot more underwater footage here, but I lost the waterproof case to my GoPro. I have no idea where it went. It's somewhere in the Philippines. But the day was actually saved. My travel partner, she had bought a life-proof case for her iPhone. And so the video that you see is actually an iPhone in a waterproof case, um, getting some really cool shots of zebrafish. Is that what they are? I don't know. Okay. And also, yeah, we found Nemo over and over again. Um, I'll find some footage of that if I can and post that later. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Um, I mean, it really is like being in another planet. We sailed later in our tour that day to a place called, as you see on the screen, Helicopter Island. And it's called that because if you see it from a distance, from the right angle, it looks like a helicopter. Or at least that's what they say. Um, but yeah, here's some drone shots.
Never thought that we'd go this far. Don't stop now. Reaching for a distant star. Don't stop. explain to how we're safe and home. Till the counting days until the second call. If you're gonna make a change, you have to let me know. Turn this shit around, just start to top the lows. It's all you need to do.
If you're heading to El Nido, there's some things you need to understand. None of the accommodations are amazing. The beds are just okay. The rooms are just okay. Even the reviews that you're going to read about the place and the accommodations are just okay. You getting the point here? There's only one ATM in town that we could find, and there's a long line for it. Like seriously, like a really long line. Like you must get cash before you arrive in El Nido. You must get cash before you arrive in El Nido. You must. And we failed to do that. There's like a taxi service. It's like they're tricycles. They're motorcycles with sidecars with space for 3 people and luggage. It's weird, but when we arrived in El Nido, we found one of these drivers and we said, listen, we don't even have money to give to you because we spent it all on the long drive coming up here on pork cracklings and beer. We have no cash. We need to go to an ATM first. And the driver seemed to understand, and he took our luggage and we got in the trike and he took us to the ATM where there's this long line. And so I get in the line, and my travel partner, she's there in the trike, and the line is long, like really long. And after 10 minutes, I think the driver got a little upset and was like, give us cash and give me cash. And my friend tells him, we don't have any cash, that's why we're at the ATM. And he calls her a fucking liar and abandons her on the side of the road with our luggage. That happened. So, I mean, we saved the 200 pesos, but yeah, get cash before you get to El Nido. One bright spot is the Happiness Beach Bar. Very cool place. They have some really good falafel bruschetta. But whatever you do, don't let the guy that's managing the place, a very nice British guy, don't let him feed you the Inferno rum. You can light it on fire. It's 150 proof. Just an eyedropper of it in a shot glass of water will light on fire. So of course, my bright idea was, well, let's have a shot of that, because you can never have enough alcohol. Except that's not true. It burned. Ah, dear God. It burned. And here I am, over a week later, recording this audio and editing this video, and I can still feel the burn. So, yeah. Eat the food, skip the Inferno rum. Of course, I should have known better. It was called Flaming Rum. Here's some guys getting the hell out of El Nido. And at that point, that's what I was ready to do too. Except, I'll be back. I'll be back. Now, here's the fish.
You can only see in the end that you gotta get lost.